What up? It's your tall guy. We're here at Universal Studios Hollywood. I'm here to bring you guys brief HHN updates. They're pretty major, but we're here to talk. And also, go over some RIP info. There's a lot to discuss on there, and there's a lot of new buyers this year that I've been noticing. So I'm excited to talk about that with y'all. You know, I am very curious to see if there's any special nighttime updates we can do for Halloween Horror Nights, as far as some of the lighting for the facades or something we see on a studio tour maybe, because we're going to be catching the very last tram at 8:15. So without further ado, guys, drop your tall guy a like, comment down below what you're excited for HHN. Soon enough, we're going to get these banners changed out. No more Super Nintendo. It's going to be themed out on Horror Nights. Speaking of which, check this out. We're in progress of dressing our park for Halloween Horror Nights. Get your tickets now. Let's go. First signage. And action. Now, first things first. Walls are down, guys. You already know. It's been all over Instagram. I know I'm barely covering it, but that's okay. But mainly want to come back here when it gets way darker to see if any of these little lights turn on by chance. See if what kind of effects we get on the facade, because we all know Murdy is stepping up his game with the facades when it comes to lighting, special effects. Like you mentioned, there's going to be a pre-show here for El Muerto, Death himself. So hopefully we get some kind of a treat at night if we come back closer to closing time. But for now, enjoy these close-up shots. So, you decided or are thinking about buying an RIP ticket to Horror Nights this year. Well, let's talk about it. One, if you bought it, congratulations. You're probably gonna have the best time ever at Horror Nights. If you're thinking about it, don't sleep on it because it does sell out. Now let me tell you. By the way, Wizarding World behind Three Broomsticks sitting area. Best place to get some peace and quiet and non-copyrighted music. So this is where we're gonna talk, but you don't gotta see my face the whole time. Enjoy some HHN 2022 B-roll while we discuss. RIP, man. My first time doing it last year, I gotta say it was an amazing experience. Truly, you get everything done within a few hours. It's one of the most expensive tickets to buy for the event. Gets you so many perks and benefits. All right, let's list them off. So, preferred parking. You don't gotta worry about parking. It's preferred parking comes with it. You don't park in Frankenstein lot. You go to the Jurassic Park Valet parking lot, which is all you gotta do is go up the rampway towards City Walk, crossing Buca de Beppo. You're there. You parked your car. Great, congrats. Go over to front gate. You're met with the VIP booth, and there's team members out there letting you know where to check in for RIP. Earliest you can check in is the 5 p.m. slot. Latest, I believe it's around 8:30 to 8:45. This year, I did buy an RIP ticket to get that experience because I had a feeling this year's lineup was going to be hot, and by the time tickets went on sale, I believe they have already announced, well, Chucky has already announced, and The Last of Us. So I'm sold on The Last of Us franchise IP, and I just cannot wait to go through that maze. Now, after you check in, park your car in a nice valet area, you check into the lounge, VIP lounge area, which, you know, you get your credentials, you're greeted with amazing people that also bought RIP, tour guides walking around, trying to gather everyone up to see who's in their group. Complimentary water bottles. I gotta say, they don't give you the cheap stuff. They give you that H2O premium bottles to take throughout the tour. You can pick them up at the VIP lounge and in your trolley when you're traveling towards the lower lot and whatnot. And this year's RIP experience are also including the Moulin Rouge buffet experience, which it's not a character dining experience, sadly. It would be cool if we get a few scare actors in there. But it's an all-you-can-eat buffet. Depending what time your tour is, whether they take you at the end, sometime in the middle. It's usually sometime in the middle of the tour. Stop by for at least 45 minutes and, you know, enjoy dinner. I take that back. There is actually a scare actor in the Moulin Rouge. Well, more of a photo op. Last year, RIP got an exclusive photo op with Candyman. Really cool experience. He's an actual scare actor. This year, they haven't announced what's going to be there. Considering I'm going the first night, I'll tell you right away, what that photo op is gonna be, but it should be something cool. It's usually something not related to the IPs of Horror Nights, so something different, hopefully. Now, the other cool thing too about the Moulin Rouge buffet is after your tour is over, if they're still open, that's something you could access when your tour is over. Well, we did last year. When the Jabberwockies was still a thing, me and Rachel, my girlfriend, we decided to skip out on the show. That was the last thing on our tour to hit up. And we decided, let's go back to Moulin Rouge and get some desserts to pick up and whatnot. Picked some desserts up, got more water bottles to take along the way. And we had an extra, what was it, 2 to 3 hours left until the event was over. I think it was 2 hours. And at that point, the amazing thing about RIP is the ability to just replay mazes over and over again. Your credential acts as an unlimited express ticket. Now, this is something they're really pointing out to when you're buying RIP this year. From previous experiences, from what I've heard, your credential lets you into the RIP line even after your tour is over. Now, this is the confusing part. There's 3 separate lines at HHN to the mazes. You have your general admission line, Universal Express line, then you got your RIP line. Now, the difference is with the RIP line, it's a special line just dedicated to RIP, obviously, and you literally walk on through. The amazing thing part is the maze host will stop you at a certain point to let those who just walked into the maze go deep in there at a certain point so you could catch all the scares. That's an amazing experience overall. But this year it seems to be that they're emphasizing that after your tour is over, you're just downgraded to a Universal Express ticket. Now, we're gonna see if that's true this year. I'll be able to confirm it. So Universal Express line, it's not that bad, but if we're walking into a Stranger Things season 4 maze and Universal Express is sold out that day, you gotta wait too. Not as long as general admission, but maybe a solid 20-30 minutes, I don't know. But it's not an RP line where you skip everything with your tour guide. So, and lastly, you get obviously preferred seating to the shows. Now, Jabberwockies, no mas. We already know that. We see the construction. The sound stage is demoed. Waterworld, on the other hand, no maze tent popped up there. We got some lighting rigs around the Waterworld seating area, which never there during regular operating hours. So we got some type of a stunt show happening there. So this year we're gonna get preferred seating to that show, whatever it is. I heard the rumor is gonna be The Purge. I don't know. We'll have to see. So usually the preferred seating for that area, it's nowhere near the water. It's usually top deck, center stage, top deck, where you can see everything play out. Now, truly, this experience wouldn't be possible without your tour guides. Your tour guides make it all happen for you. They're, great personalities, great people. They give you backstories to each of the mazes before you head in. They hype you up, everything. They make it happen for you. Now, last year, my tour guide, Michelle, amazing. By the way, you can request your tour guide. So if you know anyone that's a VIP tour guide or just know anyone doing the RIP guide this year, you request them. You just got to call the VIP hotline. Anyway, Michelle we were scare actors together way back in 2018, and I knew she was a VIP tour guide here at the parks regularly. So when I knew she was going to be an RIP guide, I had to request her, and a lot of people loved her energy, and she got so many shout outs once my RIP video published, and she loved the love. Shout out to you, Michelle. This year though, don't hate me, Michelle, but I requested my good friend Kyle, another scare actor friend of mine. Really good, really cool guy. I can't wait to get that experience with him. You guys will see the video eventually. So, okay, last thing, I promise. I noticed I've been talking for a little too long. Anyway, I noticed no one really talked about this last year, but we all love our alcohol. The Weekend Bar, where it was last year in the lower lot, RIP gets a special bar lounge. Let me emphasize that. You guys don't have to wait in long ass lines for the bar this year. I believe it's themed out, 80s themed out to Stranger Things. There's a walkway right across from the upper deck area where that bar is at. No lines at all whatsoever. It's reserved for celebrities and RIP. Get your drinks there. No wait whatsoever. Now, I know RIP is a pretty penny. It's literally costs an arm and a leg to go. I believe tickets are from like $3.99 to $500 or so. But I mentioned this last year. If you come to Horror Nights every year, if you're a veteran, you know your park, you know your mazes, it doesn't hurt just to get the Universal Express ticket. You're your own tour guide. Navigate your way, have fun. You know, you just don't get all the fun stuff such as the buffet, photo ops, exclusive bar, parking. Last year, I told myself it was just gonna be a bucket list thing, which, I encourage you all to just make it a bucket list, thing on your list. But it's like picking up a stray dog. You name it, keep it, you feed it, you fall in love with it. Same thing with the RIP. I fell in love with it. It's something I feel like I want to do every year, and always got that experience. Just knowing the lineup this year, I think this year might be the busiest Horror Nights ever. Gonna be honest. Stranger Things Season 4, Last of Us, Exorcist, Chucky, Monstros, Evil Dead Rise, Universal Monsters Unmasked. It's gonna be a heavy lineup this year. So please, guys, if you have any questions regarding Horror Nights RIP tour, I also have a video on it last year. Very detailed. I literally filmed my whole tour from beginning to end. It ain't like a 5-hour video, it's edited and whatnot. But any other questions that I did not answer, please feel free to comment down below. Message me on Instagram at SoCalTallGuy. Be more than happy to help you guys out. Like I mentioned, I'll be there first night, opening night, to cover it all, so we can get those answers for any of those who already bought their RIP tickets and are going in the future. Oh, and as I'm walking away, I forgot to mention they do a special Terror Tram photo op, or experience rather, for RIP. Last year I had to do something with the Us maze, and let me clip that in real quick. This is an RIP exclusive experience in here. What's going on?
I don't know what they want. I don't know who they are. Money makes the world go round, all right? Yeah. So let's get out of here. That's right. Stay together, follow me. Money makes the world go round. I guess I think we better follow. I'm trusting you right now. Hold right here to make sure. Everybody with me? Come on. Let me make sure the coast is clear. You got it. I got money. Take it. Take it all. No, take down. Take all of it. Take it out.
That was a RIP only experience. They take you off to the side, and then you got a little show going out where they kill the robber, essentially. The tethered killed the robber. That was really neat. Only for RIP experience. Well, you guys got to see it now. Well, since we're waiting for a nightfall to happen, and there's actually a pretty good view of the sunset going down. Well, I think the sun already set it. So, but trees are gone. Tree killer is Universal. I'm just joking. This is all for the Fast and Furious construction going on. Like we speculated, show building is gonna happen right over there, and right down here. Our track is gonna go, I don't know how far down, but we'll have to see. But this is neat. Give me a very big top hat all the way down. I love my drops. And I gotta say, the weather out here it's great. I hope it stays like this during September, October. Nice chilly weather, cold breeze, being able to wear a jacket out to Horror Nights. Just praying. I don't want to sweat during HHN, so I have to wait and see on that. Getting Terror Tram vibes out here. Nightfall is upon us. Tram pulling up. I think this is the last tram of the night. Hopefully we get some cool lighting updates, if any. Oh yeah, so ready for Horror Nights.
That was great. That was great. That was great. Excellent.
Okay. So it wasn't classic or iconic, but those are the worlds we can build in our sound stages.
Whoa, how many seats do you think are in there?
No, it's gotta be a lot.
Man, we could probably fit the whole Bel Air cast.
Of course, we have some cars from Mr. Bean's Holiday, some Transformers, Bumblebee and Barricade, some cars from the film Public Enemy starring Johnny Depp, and of course one of our Fast and the Furious cars. Our vacancies down. I'm not really sure why. People don't really stay here a long time. Maybe it's because the owner is a little psycho. Now that fencing you see in front of the Bates Motel is actually in preparation for our Halloween Horror Nights War of the Worlds. Now that is a real 747 plane you see there. It cost director Steven Spielberg $60,000 to purchase the plane. Cost him $60,000. But you know, it actually cost him $200,000 to have it shipped here to the Universal backlot. Further proving it's always the shipping where they're gonna get you. Now the set that you see built around you was actually all built for a scene that totals less than 5 minutes of screen time during the entire film. I mean, think about that. The plane, the cars, the destruction built around you, all for a scene that you essentially saw the entirety of. That's insane. But that's just the level of detail that an Academy Award-winning director like Steven Spielberg puts into all of his films. Now, speaking of Academy Award-winning directors, we're about to enter Jupiter's Claim, the real sets from the movie Nope. And here's Academy Award-winning director Jordan Peele.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible notion and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Claim, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky Juke Park.
Alrighty, so just hopping off the studio tour. No lighting effects. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. But you know, going through the War of the Worlds set, seeing all that fog from the airplane coming out. Obviously, you could have smelled it, but it smelled like that HHN fog. I ain't gonna lie. For the most part, though, that woodwork that everyone's talking about over by the War of the Worlds set, it looks like it's meant to be. They're probably gonna build a smaller house, some sort of a little scare house in there for exterminators. So we're gonna have to wait to see that construction being built. Shouldn't take too long. It's nothing too major that they usually do every other year. I remember for Hollywood Harry they did the same thing. Let me see if I have that clip. Kudos Pumpkin Patch. Look at him.
That one was done. Yeah, it was
Bye, Kudos. Oh, yeah, that's Well. Here's our scare zone, guys. The prop pieces are up all around French Street. And just like I mentioned in my last update video, kind of predicted that these screens will be coming back just to kind of introduce the movies that we're going to be getting for the scare zone. We got the movie posters up, and then all around the screens will be playing what the movies are about. So hopefully more prop pieces come about to the scare zone. Not the biggest fan of, you know, these set pieces, but And hey, the artwork is cool. Can we get that on a t-shirt though? You know, I'm sure this is really easy for them to set up, put together, but I'm hoping more fantastic prop pieces come along too. And also, it's a very good view from Moulin Rouge to see the scares going on. Wow, people get scared when the scare actors. Alrighty guys, so it's about 10 minutes to closing time. Unfortunately, there's no effects going on or anything like that. Nothing on the ground either. I was hoping for a little something. So it's alright. It was a bust tonight. Just got to come back closer to when the event is going to start to see these things come to life. And we got a confirmation over there that the Evil Dead Rise is coming. Now what's funny is that a lot of people on the internet was speculating that Evil Dead Rise was supposed to come last year, and if you think about it just a little bit, a lot of the show scenes very similar to the movie. Harnet's pretty good at disguising it, but I mean, that bathtub scene, come on now. And really quick guys, to close out the HHN updates, they dropped the food announcements and what's going to be coming. I'm over here by Waterworld, where the stunt show is going to be. Hopefully the Purge, fingers crossed. We'll see. But anyway, right behind me, the Lamel patio area is going to be turned into a Peacock horror bar, and with a surprise photo op too from the Purge. Hence why I keep saying that the stunt show is going to be based off the Purge. Who knows? We'll see. And then just right above me, Hollywood and Dine. It's going to be a Chucky's barbecue pit. So they're moving the barbecue from the lower lot to the upper lot, which is cool. And over at the lower lot where we usually get the barbecue pit is going to be Surfer Boy Pizza based off of Stranger Things Season 4. Past the Dutchie on the left hand side. I love it. Come on guys.
Oh my God, why is that guy on the gun? Oh yeah!
And then right across from here, we're always going to get Scoops Ahoy if Stranger Things come to the event. You already know. So, really cool IP food options to go off. Alright you guys, that is going to do it for HHN updates for mid-August. Hope that RIP talk did help you out a little bit. I actually just remembered something too regarding RIP talk while I was walking and vlogging, you know. If your tour is later, let's say around 8 p.m. or so, or 8:30, you have access to check in for your credentials, go inside the park, and use your early express, your Universal Express Pass to some of the mazes that are already open until your tour time is ready. So, there's that. Don't forget, drop a like, comment down below if you have any questions at all, guys. Subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate all your support. You'll catch us talk at the next theme park. I am out of here.